Welcome to Life Sciences Knowledge Hub. I'm David McClelland, and you are in the right place to get industry insight and analysis. And joining me today is Eleanor Davies from the RSA Group. Eleanor, thank you very much indeed for joining us. Tell us a bit about the RSA Group to kick us off, please.
Yeah, perfect. So the RSA Group is a 40-year-old specialist in life sciences and healthcare services recruitment firm. We are retained executive search. As I say, we're celebrating our 40th birthday party this year, and our focus is very much on C-suite, board level, one level below in life sciences and healthcare, as well as high-quality life sciences interims.
Congratulations on the 40th anniversary. I do hope you have the opportunity to be able to celebrate it in some way with your colleagues. And talk to me about your client base. Then, what kind of companies does it include, and what about the candidates that you facilitate the connection of?
Yeah, perfect. So I suppose the defining feature of the RSA Group is the sort of breadth and scope of the product and service that we offer. The best feedback we ever receive, what we love to hear, is that we really give good advice to our clients and to our candidates. It's never transactional for us. We want to be building a good long-term relationship. We want to be a trusted advisor to the people we work with. And so, retained executive search and quality interim search is our bread and butter. But there is a broader advisory piece around people to what we do. I actually only arrived at the RSA Group in January, and one of the things I've been very focused on since arriving is formalising a suite of services that we offer as part of our sort of search and selection process, but really kind of forms a broader advisory piece around people. So we've been doing so much of the high quality, deep, nuanced referencing, market intelligence, deal or partner due diligence, organizational design, competition compensation benchmarking, essentially any element of a company's strategy or operations that relate to people. We've got the skills and the processes and the networks to support that. And I think that makes us a lot more valuable as a partner rather than a short-term service provider. And candidly, it's a lot more fun to do. And I suppose the thing that really marks the RSA Group out is the team's absolute passion for science, for life sciences, for discovery, and for ultimately for improving lives. Every one of us has chosen quite deliberately to work in this sector. We love the life sciences. We love connecting elite talent with extraordinary organizations who are pioneering medical advances. And we really love the notion of doing well by doing good. And so in this respect, we're very aligned with our clients, who are, of course, commercial people, highly intelligent people, who enjoy the intellectual stimulation and doubtless enjoy huge commercial success. But they fundamentally want to make people better. And that is a massive motivation, a massive inspiration for us. We sort of bask in the reflective glow of a very talented and altruistic client and candidate bunch. We really love our industry. And so the answer to your question is that the client base is extraordinary, from large pharma to tiny biotech, devices, services. If it touches healthcare or life sciences, the RSA Group understands it and is excited by it and wants to work with it. And as I said, I only joined a few months ago, and I joined because of the very specialist nature of the firm. I joined because of the international offices we've got in the US, in Asia, in continental Europe. But I also joined because of the roster, the volume and the variety of our client base. And one of the things that was most exciting for me was to discover that the RSA Group has worked with every company that has produced an approved COVID-19 vaccine: Moderna, Pfizer-BioNTech, AstraZeneca, not to mention all the other firms developing further vaccines, many of whom we've worked with. So everyone in life sciences and healthcare is the very big answer to your question. And in terms of the kind of work we do, again, I mentioned the interim piece, but the sort of bulk of our work are executive retained search roles ranging from board and C-suite, particularly for growth businesses, PE or VC-backed, businesses going through extraordinary change. But we also go down a couple of levels below in some of the more technical and functional roles and specialisms, therapy areas, further down some of the larger organizations we work with. In terms of the span. We have done over the last 40 years 3,500 placements on every continent bar Antarctica, and there hasn't been very much call for penguins in big pharma. But other than that, we've covered a lot of ground, and the nature of our business model is to bring in all our team members from our different markets, our sector teams, so that each search brings a wealth of experience across those sector specialists. But that's also overlaid by geographic market expertise, functional expertise. And if you hire RSA, you get a genuine team with the best possible specialist knowledge and network. And I think finally, in terms of how that plays out for our clients, one of the many values of having a very diverse team at RSA working on your search is that the solutions we bring are themselves more diverse and creative, moving clients and indeed individual consultants beyond the echo chamber or gene pool that they've been listening to or fishing in for a very long time, to bring a more diverse and creative shortlist.
Keep working on placements for those penguins, Eleanor. I'm sure there's something out there for them somewhere. No, I really like the line, doing well by doing good, and just listening to your comprehensive response there. It's not just this transaction that you facilitate. It's about providing counsel. It's about providing advice, about being that trusted partner. A question that we've been asked and asking in various ways over the last few months is, what impact has the coronavirus pandemic been having on the industry, on the area in which you work? And I'm curious, from how you've seen it so far, what impact COVID has had on employment in life sciences generally, and how has RSA Group been able to respond to that?
So I would say that because we are operating at a pretty senior level, and great leaders are always in demand, particularly in times of crisis, we've probably seen less fall off than a lot of the world saw last year. And as we know, life sciences has really benefited from the extraordinary investment and the fervour and the focus on life sciences that a global pandemic brings into very sharp focus. So I would say that, our ability to help a company determine its needs, assess the market, track down the best talent, engage them with that story is as essential as it always was. And probably the most interesting piece about the pandemic and its effect has been the disconnect that has created between what candidates and clients know they need. So, clients, there's been a sense that the market is awash with desperate people. That is not the case for the highest quality people, and for a lot of life sciences people. The idea that people, would jump ship at this time or last year, was very misguided, because actually great leaders have great loyalty and they want to see their business through a crisis. So it actually required more skill from search firms, and from the RSA Group in particular, in terms of either moving and extracting people or helping a company think about how they built capacity in a very tight, tough market. So yeah, it's been an interesting time, but I think we're excited by the movement that is happening now that we're seeing some sort of closure to this stage of the pandemic.
And in terms, before we wrap up, Eleanor, in terms of the current employment scene, if you like, and in life sciences in particular, is there a shortage of any particular candidate, or is there another area where there are the plenty of whatever it is, whoever it is available? Are you seeing there to be any challenges in supply and demand within the industry?
Yeah, so I would say it is an incredibly exciting time to be in the industry. As I'm sure UK life sciences companies have raised more in Q1 this year, or probably half as much in Q1 this year than they did in the whole of last year. And the numbers in the US are similar, and the numbers at RSA Group, are similar. In the first third of the year, we've done more business, made more profit than in the whole of last year. It is the movement is incredible. The investment is incredible. There's a lot of money being spent on great people. I think the paradigm shift is around technology. Everyone knows this. Not just new ways of working, but a willingness to embrace technology in an industry that historically wasn't known for its early adoption of technology. So people who know tech, those are the people that are really in demand at the moment.
Super. We are out of time, I'm afraid, Eleanor, but thank you so much for joining us today and sharing your insights and telling us a bit about RSA Group and how it works and how it supports the industry. Thank you very much indeed.
Thank you.